Notes from the Upper West Side, a novel by Dan Wrench. Chapter 41, Producer on the Set. So I bit the bullet and put on my grunt hat. Hey, if it meant time in front of the camera later, I was pretty sure it would all even out. People might see me dragging shit and think, oh, look at the crew-tard. But later, when they saw me in front of the camera, they'd say, hey, it's the actor guy from Saturday, he's funny. Or something. I found the kid Vider was talking about, and yeah, he was struggling with the cables. As I was walking over to him, this other guy carrying a bunch of bounce boards shouted to him,
Hey Skizz, you know it can't hurt you if it ain't plugged in, right?
Yeah, fuck you, the kid moaned. He looked so forlorn, all alone next to a big cardboard box filled up with big thick wires that wouldn't unclump. When I got up to him, I said, Skizz? He said, Charles. I said, oh, I'm Paul. He laughed this snide little laugh. Yeah, he said. He looked like an overfed goat. He was chunky and blonde, curly blonde ringlets under a Red Sox baseball cap and a big fat baby face with wispy little whiskers. There's a trick to that, I said. I know. Here, let me show you. He gave me the cable. I showed him. Wait a minute, he said. His left eye wandered a little, making him look vaguely insane. That isn't the way Mike says to do it. Mike says go over under. He said that in a really loud voice, so a split second later, crew-tard number 2 steps over and says,
What's up, guys?
This guy says wind the cable switch in hands. So suddenly I'm fighting with two 20-somethings about the right way to wind cable like it was the right way to suit your brain. That and a sudden craving for nicotine made me want to bite through my own cheek. It was getting a little too loud when Parp shouts from across the room.
Hey, what the fuck?
This guy is telling Skizz to wind the cable wrong.
Mike screamed like a girl. I just rolled my eyes. I could see the cigarette pack sticking out of the pocket on the table where I'd thrown my jacket. Parp didn't even look up from what he was doing, which was helping to drag a large metal cabinet across the floor. Paul's a producer on this project, he shouted really loud. Do it his way. When Whispers, who was standing on a ladder focusing a light, heard Parp say that, he erupted in laughter and did that annoying slow clap of his with the hands cupped so they boom. But Parp didn't crack a smile. And no one else but Whispers thought he was yanking me. Mike turned on his heel and stomped away, and Skizz handed me the cable. For 2 minutes, I completely forgot about wanting a cigarette while I showed Goat Boy how to wrap cable like a mensch. When I handed it back to him, I looked to my left, and there was Cammy. In her brown NYU tee under an unbuttoned pink pinstripe man shirt. She had the low-rise jeans and the brown half boots that pushed her ass nice and up. I winked at her suavely and went for my cigarettes. Yeah, my stride said, producer on the set.
Be right back,
I said in the mature voice while I walked to the door and dug the lighter out of my pocket. When I hit the street, I half expected to turn around and see Cammy following me, but she wasn't, the little twat. I hate being left alone when other people are around. It's too much like getting a table for one in a busy restaurant. But this time, it gave me a chance to think while I sucked smoke. And what I thought about was how Parp had just taken the sting out of the day for me. Just by yelling out what he yelled out. Now I could do any humiliating manual task on the menu and people would know I was just this producer who wasn't afraid to pitch in. And on top of that, Viter was going to get me into one of the upcoming shots. Yep, I thought. It's all locking in. I stubbed out the half-smoked cigarette and went back in the door to Viter's. I knew exactly which card to play now. Notes from the Upper West Side is a work of fiction. The people depicted in this work do not exist. Notes from the Upper West Side, copyright 2013 to 2016 by Dan Reg.